You will send me a Cash App donation. You will send me half of your paycheck every 2 weeks to my Cash App. Nah, let me stop. Yo, Z-Man Suicide Polo with the Ski Man. You heard? We back with another new episode. You know I stay feeding the streets. I stay cooking up. You heard? Get at me. Hey yo, and make sure you follow that Gen Pop Music YouTube page for all my classic songs and videos. You heard? I know a lot of y'all dudes ain't familiar with St. Laz on the music side, but I got videos with Jim Jones, Jada Kiss, Conway, Tony Ayo, and a bunch of other legends. Songs with a bunch of legends. You heard? I'm making new music for my regular channel, but my Gen Pop Music channel, all classic Laz. You heard? And all of these songs, playlists, and mixtapes will be available for download on my Patreon page and only my Patreon page. So if you need to download these songs, join my Patreon, 10 cash a month. Yeah. Yo, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram. You heard? I'm trying to get to that good 10,000 where I'm looking like something. Because I ain't looking like nothing with this 7 racks right now. You heard? Trying to get to that good 10 cent. So make sure you follow me on Instagram. Hit me up in my DM if you want to do some business like collab, or you need some promo for your channel or your music on my channel. Get at me.
Most niggas, they come outside and they know a nigga, or a nigga snatch him up, and they just give him the pack and they start hustling from a nigga flow already. You know what I mean? Like, that ain't how I got the game. I got a front row seat of the weight man. You know what I mean? Mm. So everything that was discussed, I was discussed in front of me. So whatever it was, yo, that shit don't look right, or the price, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I got a front row seat to that shit. You know what I mean? And that is what made it so easy when it was my turn. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them niggas that I don't give a fuck who hustle here. Like, I'm not trying to run nobody off nowhere. You know what I mean? Nigga, we all doing wrong. We all out here fucking doing wrong, nigga. Committing fucking genocide, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, how could I tell you, yo, you can't get money here? Like, that's the shit that used to bug me about older niggas. And, like, these niggas was fucked up. Y'all niggas wasn't trying to get no money nowhere. Y'all just was more or less trying to bully niggas and fuck with the younger niggas. You know what I mean? Because they thought niggas was suckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, all right, so now I'm gonna go to after the football season. So after football season, my nigga, I ain't even get to go to, like, cause I was locked up. My mom, like, none of the city, state, banquet, like, all of them dinners that I was getting trophies for, like, I didn't go to none of them shits, cause after the season, this shit happened January 4th, 1991. Now, boom, my man come down, right? And, like, I always had chicks, you know what I'm saying? Like, all over. Whether they was friends of friends, I was fucking with them, or, you know what I mean? Like, back then, they be like, oh, you was a player. Like, we was kids, though. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. So, I hook my man up with this chick. Nah, he come down, boom, I go uptown and all that. I get up top, you know what I'm saying? And I'm at the train station for like 2-3 hours. This nigga don't come, nigga not answering the phone, no nothing. So I'm like, damn. I'm like, yo, fuck, like, I don't want to call, yo, because this the crazy shit. Like, the shit used to be a hot ride from the train station to the state line. You know what I'm saying? So the shit was late. It was late at night.
And what you had with, how much you had with you?
I probably had like 400 grizzlies.
What you had in a book? You had a book bag? What you had in a book bag?
Nah, nigga, I had that shit in my pocket.
And you said you were supposed to meet your man there at the train station?
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, this how it always went. You know what I'm saying? Like, so. Now, see, I'm saying I had it in my pocket, see, because I had this feline ski suit. And the shit had 2 big inside pockets on the inside, but the shit buttoned tight on the waist. You know what I'm saying? So it was inside my jacket, but the shit was a pocket though. You know what I mean? The shit just looked like a regular, like I got a goose on. You know what I'm saying? So, but this was regular, like this regular shit. Like I never was put this shit in the bag or nigga, I always kept my shit on right on my personal. I wouldn't give a fuck where I was at, where I was going, or because I was always an athlete, nigga, and you wasn't catching me in no foot race, so I wasn't worrying about that. You know what I'm saying? Like all some real shit. I gotta run with a bag. Not like, nah, nigga, you go out of town, nigga, got 4 or 5 days worth of clothes in the bag. You ain't running, you getting caught, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, so I get to the train station, I'm waiting like 2.5, 3 hours. The nigga don't come. So I call one of my other mans. And I told him, I'm like, yo, I'm about to start walking. If you could just pick me up along the way. You know what I mean? So I probably walked for like a half an hour. By the time he picked me up, I was in CT already. Boom. We calling the nigga, no answer. So I'm like, yo, fuck, all right, I'm bringing the shit to his crib. Like, that's how it always go. I ain't do nothing different. I just brought it to his crib, but he wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Because I did what I was supposed to do. So now, whatever you doing, you know what I mean? Like, you put everybody in jeopardy by whatever you were doing. Like, everybody was put in jeopardy because nothing went how it always go. You know what I'm saying? So, my man picked me up and shit. And I brought the shit to his crib. I stashed the shit, whatever. Boom. Then we go to the P's where we be at. You know what I mean? Like where we get bread at. And that's wild because where that shit is at, like they done built the police station down the street from that. You know what I'm saying? From that project. Like they came and shut it down and niggas built a police station down the street from that project now. But so I go to the P's or whatever, boom. Cause my mans, you know what I mean? Like they in there. Boom. And at this time I had brought my man up there, but I left him up there. And then I came back up. I had just went up there a couple days before that. And then I had went home for some, and then I had came right back. I probably was in New York for like a day or two. I came back, boom. So my man is in the crib. My other man from the Bronx, God bless. And real shit, my nigga. Everybody who I'm talking about in this story, they all dead. Except for the nigga who picked me up from the train station. You know what I mean? Now, boom, so I go in the crib because I had brought them some weed because I ain't even smoked weed yet. You know what I mean? Because I still was playing and I'm like, nigga, I got the nigga from Syracuse coming to my school on the regular. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm about to be out. Boom. We in the crib. Nigga knock on the door. Boom. I look out the window. I'm like, yo, it's such and such. I don't want to say nigga name. I'm like, yo, it's such and such. So my man opened the door and it's guns. TNT. Boom, 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 boom. Like, oh shit. Yo, my whole life flashed in front of me. Cause I'm like, like this shit over. Like, this shit over. Over. And the wild shit is like, nigga, I ain't got nothing to do with this. As far as, you know what I mean? Like anything my personal shit or whatever.
Oh, so they was just coming
luckily,
for shit that was already going on in that spot?
Yeah, it was like my man was doing side shit at his girl crib. You know what I mean? So it was shit in there, it was guns in there. You know what I mean? It was a fifth, a tech, and a 9. And it was 3 of us in there and a girl. So, you know, back then, they kind of was like new to a lot of this shit. The criminal justice system. You know what I'm saying? So they fucked up because they charged all of us with one of the guns. I mean, like, you can't do that. You gotta charge somebody with everything. You can't, none of it was in nobody. You gotta just charge everybody with shit that was in their possession. And luckily, I had all of this shit going for me, this football scholarship shit, you know what I mean? And I had 2 bags of weed on me.
They found that 400 Grizzies though?
They ain't find it there. Nigga, they ran up in like 6 cribs.
Oh, when they knocked on that door, they was running in a bunch of cribs out there?
I think they ran in 5 or 6 cribs. And my man crib, where that was at, you know what I mean? They ran up in there.
So what happened when them niggas knocked on the door?
When they knocked on the door in the crib that we was in,
they just arrested all of y'all and charged y'all all with the same shit?
They charged us with what was in the crib. So it was 3 guns and drugs. Now the drugs was my man shit. I ain't know, you know what I mean?
So where was the 400 Grizzles at that time?
That was at my man crib, who, like, he was like the head nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that's the nigga who's supposed to pick me up from the train station.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll go to a crib and bag everything up, and then, you know what I mean? Niggas spread it out. You know what I'm saying? But him not being at the train station threw everything off. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there 2-3 hours, like, with all that shit on me. After a while, like, nigga, like, y'all gotta get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? And what I used to do was, I used to wear my school jacket. You know what I mean? I used to wear my school jacket. So this way, when they fuck with me, you know what I mean? If the police fuck with me, you know what I'm saying? I always had that. But when going out of town, I always had, you know what I mean, like, jackets that I could hold shit in. You know what I mean? But, like, the city, I'm wearing my Letterman jacket. As soon as I get off that train, I already got on my other jacket. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom.
So they locked all of y'all up, and what? They put y'all in Connecticut County Jail or something?
Right. So boom. So they locked all of us up, and we was just in the bookings, because back then they didn't have no jail. It was just the, you know, like the city, the little precincts they had. So from there they sent us to Bridgeport. But so we get locked up. Everybody bail $500,000. Well, the mother. Everybody's shit is $500,000. We had they charged us with in that crib they charged us all with possession and possession with intent to distribute, possession of firearm. Then I had the possession of the marijuana too. And then, see, it's crazy that P's, right? If you be caught in the front of the P's, they used to hit you like with a school charge. And that back then, that school charge, like, nigga, you was going down. Like, you was going to get time more for that school charge than for anything. You know what I mean? And luckily, we got caught in the back. So they threw that shit out. You know what I mean? You know them jailhouse lawyer niggas. It was a nigga from the town. He was locked up with us too. Yo, it was mad niggas locked up that weekend. You know what I mean? And we got locked up on a Friday, so you don't see the, out of town, you don't see the judge till Monday. And there was a nigga, he more or less, especially me, like he schooled a nigga, and he more or less, like that's how I fought my case. Because after all that, eventually I was locked up for a couple of months, but I had to wait 45 days for a bail reduction. So when Monday came, they dropped our shit to 250,000. You know what I mean? But you know, like that shit federal still. Nigga come get you like. So my mom's, she had came to court and she had brought all my newspaper clippings, all my letters, my offers, you know what I mean? And after the second 45 days, they dropped my bail again to 25,000. And then I had called my man. Shout out my nigga Mel, King Pillow. He see, this the nigga who I used to watch as a kid, as an athlete. I thought he was the one going pro. You know what I mean? Like, but he moved to Long Island and he started fucking with Eric Sherman. And like during them times, you know what I mean? Like I used to be with them. You know what I mean? Eric Sherman, Redman, like that whole movement. You know what I mean? And I called Mel called Eric Sherman, and that nigga brought my mom's a check, and they came and got me. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit.
That's crazy.
Word. And yo, see, it's funny shit, cause one day me and my man had went out there. Like my man used to get crazy money, son. Like nigga used to be arguing, and like him and Eric Sherman, they used to be arguing about money. You know what I mean? Like, but one day we come in the crib, and we was in Long Island. I think we was at Bernard crib, the manager. I think we was at Bernard crib, and Bernard's father was there. And his father, when I came in the crib behind my man, he looked at me and he looked down. He looked at me again and he said, "You's a bad motherfucker." And my boy, he think he talking to him. And he started laughing. And he like, "Not you." And he like, "Him." And he was talking to me. That he was looking at my picture in the paper. And that's how the nigga Eric Sherman probably kind of took a liking to me. You know what I mean? Cause he see like this nigga, like he trying to do something. You know what I'm saying? And you fucking with this nigga, but see, he would understand if anybody, because he fucked with my man Mel. And Mel probably he should have went NBA. You know what I mean? I don't say that about niggas. You know what I mean? It's only a couple niggas that crossed my path playing sports that I would say, damn, son, like, that nigga should have went pro. You know what I mean? Word. And, I mean, it's a couple of niggas who I played with who went pro. Khalid Reeves, he went to Arizona. I think he played with, like, Steve Kerr in college. I forgot where he got drafted. Terrence Ramshaw, he went to Texas. Like, we played at Riverside together. Me and Terrence Ramshaw. But me and Khalid Reeves, I played with Khalid Reeves at youth games. And that was like 15 and under team, but I was 13. And the wild shit, that's Kenny Smith from TNT. His brother, he always talk about his brother Vincent. That was his team in Queens, the Lewis Battalion Hall. Word. Like, yo, son, wild shit. Like, now, after I got out of jail, right? I come to school. I got out of jail on a Friday. I come to school Monday. Soon as I come through the doors in school, the dude who recruited me, he's standing right there. So he like I heard what happened. So, you know, we can't offer you no scholarship. He's like, but this, if you serious about playing, then I'm gonna give you, like basically, if you do this, then we'll offer you a scholarship next year. So he hooked me up with this coach from California, a junior college. And he was like, get your GED. He was like, I don't know what your situation is at home, but do what you gotta do. Get all that street shit out the way, man. Get that shit out your system and get your GED. And you know, when you get your GED, call me. He like, when you take the test, call me. So now I done heard in your stories, you know, nigga talk about Linden Learning on Linden and Van Sicklen.
Mm-hmm.
I went. That's where I got my GED, from Linden Learning. So, boom. So after that, like, my little brother had got killed in between that. Wait, nah. I'm fast forwarding, way fast forwarding. So after Linden Learning, I called him and I let him know I took the test. In this time, when I'm going to Linden Learning, I was like, my man, I know him. I know the dude too, cause he's from the other side of the projects. He used to be calling my man crib, but I used to be up there. And he always used to be talking about coming out of town where he live at. So like this shit, he been saying this shit for months now. So after I took my GED, I was like, yo, I'ma see what's up. Like, so I took my GED in like May. I probably went down there in like September. And that was like when everything changed. You know what I mean? Like, everything changed, and it was where it got to a point where it was like, it's no more sports. You know what I mean? Like, when I went down there, boom, I used to be fucking with the bar. You know what I mean? Like, so that shit more of a whatever come through, if I could snatch it up, you know what I mean? Type of hustle. Like, nigga, I used to see my man come get $20,000 a day from out one crib. You know what I mean? So like, I know what money look like. You know what I mean? Like, when it come to getting money, I knew what it looked like. You know what I mean? So fucking with the bar or whatever. This nigga from out there, the nigga had stepped to me. And he was like, yo, I'd advise you to get a hometown nigga. Cause you know all the niggas from where you from ain't thorough. So I took that as like, nigga, you ain't talking to me. Because I'm a little different when I'm out of town and when I'm in New York. You know what I mean? I'm a lot different. So I'm like, I'm saying to myself, like, this nigga not talking to me. You know what I mean? So he must be talking about the nigga who I be giving the work to. Cause me, I be in the bar. So that's everybody. Ain't nobody hating on nobody. But the little nigga be on the block. So I'm figuring he talking to him. So when I left the bar, I went to go holler at the little nigga. Like, yo, you had a problem out here? And he was like, yeah, how you know? And I was like, nah, I just heard whatever. And he was like, yeah, nigga told me I can't hustle over here. I was like, word, so what you gonna do? He was like, I'm a hustle over here. Like, I was like, yo, you ain't got no hammer, no gun, no nothing. He like, nah. But as I'm talking to him, I could see in his face like, this part of the game, he not built for. You know what I mean? So I knew immediately that I gotta start fucking with Shorty before he put me in a position. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want a nigga to put me in no position. Cause I'm not gonna put myself in no position. So boom. So I go back to the bar, whatever, and I met this chick in there. Just so happened she lived in a spot called the Jungle. Now, where I'm talking about is Pennsylvania. It's York, PA. You know what I mean? She lived in the Jungle. Now, this is where the bread was at. So one day, I call her, boy, I go through there, and she get money or whatever. Like, she had just came home from jail type shit. And she ain't the baddest. She ain't, you know what I mean? Like, I just was really looking for a hometown favorite. You know what I mean? And make it do what it do. So, on which, like, I had a front row seat to niggas doing this already. You know what I'm saying? So boom, I start fucking with the Jungle, nigga. So the bread start getting crazy. So now I'm like, more or less like, now I'm going back and forth to E.N.Y like crazy. And then, now I start bringing niggas down there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I brought my man, and yo, some crazy shit, man, because like a lot of these niggas, like these niggas is dead. Like, and like this is my best friend as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the first nigga I brought down there. I brought him down there before I brought my brothers down. Like, because that's how close we was. You know what I mean? From growing up. Sports, from playing sports. I kind of favored you if you wanted to play sports all day. You know what I mean? We go from fucking stickball to the basketball, to football, to basketball, to stickball. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what you want to do, like, I fuck with you more than I fuck with my brothers, you know what I mean? Anybody. And that's what me and him, you know what I mean, as kids. So he kind of like the first nigga I brought with me. Then I had brought my other man with me. Now, see, like I'm saying, like, I don't like the name drop. You know what I mean? Because these niggas got their own story, and they gonna be telling their story. You know what I'm saying? So, but these niggas, they all align with every story that is on your channel, my nigga. You hear me? Like, damn near every story that's on your story, like, these is niggas who. So the nigga who I have brought down there was my man brother. But my man, me and him came up. This is how me and him got cool. We came from playing basketball, and then it was niggas in the streets. So I had got his brother to come down there and shit. And then, like, niggas was just getting bread down there, like it was so easy, and it was without no bullshit. You know what I mean? Niggas down there get money, and like niggas down there, it was a couple of niggas down there who I used to basically sell to. Like, they was getting money, but niggas ain't one that used to be going to New York, and you know what I mean? So like, I used to fuck with niggas. And this way, like, it keeps shit cool. Because we all doing wrong. It's enough money for everybody. Trust me. If you know what to do with your money, it's enough money for everybody. You know what I mean? So now then, like, it just started, like, a lot of New York niggas was coming down there. You know what I mean? Niggas from Queens, niggas from Harlem. And then as I start spreading out, I started noticing, like, yeah, it is mad New York niggas down here. So in that jungle, yo, they used to have these niggas called the Marchers, right? They used to walk through the drug neighborhoods, and there was the crime, like anti-crime, anti-drug groups and shit coming through. Up with hope, down with dope. Yo, they used to be like, they used to basically raid the block. You know what I mean? Be like 60 of these motherfuckers. They not the police though. These niggas raiding the block. These niggas looking through garbage cans. They like looking through stashes and shit, finding niggas shit. Yo, this shit used to be wild. And this was like late 91, 92. So them niggas coming through, and then shit start getting loose. Like the guns start going off. So it was a shootout with some York niggas and some New York niggas. And the newspaper had this shit, it had on the front page, drug war, York versus New York. And they had the picture of, you know what I mean, the jungle and all that, like the hood, like. So, nigga like me, I'm like, oh, they coming. So, first time I got the fuck out of there. And I had went on the other side of town. Now, when I got on the other side of town, like, shit was fucked up for a nigga for a minute. You know what I mean? Shit was fucked up. Shit used to be so fucked up, I used to sneak back to the jungle just to get my shit off a little bit. Like, but I knew that nigga was going to jail in the jungle. And plus, it was this cop. He started out as a biker, and the nigga he used to wonder why the police never fuck with me. Like when they come through, they never fuck with me. And then one day, he basically fucked with me. And then he saw I was from New York, and I ain't have no ID. So the nigga had locked me up to basically know exactly who I was. You know what I mean? But they ain't fingerprint me or nothing, because he locked me up for like trespassing. They took me to magistrate like 3 a.m. They had to wake this nigga up. And then he gave me a bail. My brother standing there. I'm like, nigga, you know you supposed to have got one of these bras come get me, son. Like, not only they know who I am, they know who the fuck you is now. Like, so, boom. We leave from there. Then I'm like, fuck, I ain't going back to the, I don't think I went back to the jungle, but that was like years later when I just slid through there one time. So I stay over there till this chick had came to the crib, right? And she was like, you gonna be here? And I was like the crib that I was pumping out of, she like, you gonna be here? I was like, yeah. And she was like, she's like, yo, cause that shit fire. Boom, she come back. So like 3 days in a row, like they spent like $1,500. So I'm like, shit starting to pick back up. Like I am. So she come to the crib, and we used to come with this other chick. So I was like, where the fuck y'all be getting all this money from? You know what I mean? Like, what, y'all prostitute? Like, where y'all get y'all bread from? And they was like, oh, we got a house a couple of blocks down. It be people coming to the house, but our pimp, he in jail. So I was like, so I could come to your house? She was like, yeah. I was like, oh, yo, pack this shit up, nigga. We out. My nigga. From that day, it was no less than three bands a day, right? All the way until I had maybe a 6-month run. Like, it was nothing less than 8,000 a day. You know what I mean? Like, I buy 250 and bag up 25,000, but they be niggas selling 20s out there. I was selling 2 for 20, because you probably could get like 180, 160 off a Grizzly back then there.
You said like, so overall y'all was getting 8 bands and then 3 bands was yours?
Nah, that was all me, son. You know what I mean? Real shit. Like, that was all me. Cause he was like, cause my brothers, they ain't like to hustle. These niggas, they like to rob, and you know what I mean? Like, these niggas like to do other shit. These niggas not hustlers. Like, these niggas just used to come to make sure I was alright. You know what I'm saying?
Your phone got a little muffled just now.
Like, see, like at this time, now it's just me and my two brothers. Me, my two brothers, and my baby moms. And any nigga I tell you, except for maybe two little, like I'm saying little niggas, because we all was little back then. But they was younger than me, probably 15, 16. Them the only two niggas who I used to give work to. Like every niggas, I used to bring niggas out of town, and whatever, I was like, whatever, however much work I had, I would just break a nigga off a percentage of, you know what I mean? But you ain't gotta spend your money. Like we going shopping, we doing everything, son. You know what I mean? Like, ain't no niggas can't tell you I brought them out of town and it was some bullshit. Ain't no nigga could say they got locked up because of me. They was in jail with my ways or no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because it really, it was more of all this bread I used to get, nigga, I made every sale. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. Like the niggas who was close to me ain't have to hustle. You know what I mean? Like y'all with me, so I'll make sure everybody eat. What you do with your bread is what you do with your bread. You know what I mean? Nigga, cause I used to wonder why niggas like don't buy no their own work and like, yo son, let me get this off in the crib. Cause that's what I used to do. It came to a point when I was out of town in that crib, so I used to rent the crib out to niggas. So when I'm back in New York, niggas getting bread in there, you know what I mean? And it wasn't really for the money, because I ain't need another nigga bread. It was more for, I knew them niggas was coming, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to be in there when they came. Because you was about to get all of these sales from, every, you know what I mean? From whatever investigation that they had at that crib, nigga, you was about to get all that. And it's fucked up, because this little nigga, Harlem nigga, got caught in there. And he told, and he only got 20 years. You know what I mean? I think one of them niggas got like 44, one got like 60, and one got like 66.
For straight drugs?
From drugs, my nigga.
What year like, was this, you said?
This shit was like 91, 90. This shit was like 92.
I hope them niggas got their sentences overturned with all of that time just for some fucking drugs.
My nigga, I hope these niggas is home, son. You know what I mean? I would love to say their name, but you know what I mean? Like, I hope these niggas is home, son. You know what I mean? Like, real shit. Word, because they was giving football numbers out. But one thing I learned, so see, I watched mad niggas go down in their car. And niggas always used to say to me, like, yo, why the fuck we gotta get on the bus? Like, nigga, do you got drugs on you? No. All right, so why the fuck is you worrying about if you gotta get on the bus or not? You know what I mean? Like, what we gonna do? We gonna get in the car and drive there, and we all gonna go to jail. Like, who gonna take the charges? Because I'm not. That's why I got shit set up the way it's set up. You know what I mean? Niggas my bro always like, nigga, you need to get a fucking car. I'm like, no, nigga, I don't even want no driver's license. Say, nigga, y'all get a driver's license, y'all get a car. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that car shit is hot as a firecracker, man.
Back then?
Even nowadays, if you, I mean, cars, I mean, but back then, forget about it. Even up until, you know, a few years ago when they was just doing stop and frisks and all of that, you got something in the car, nigga, you going to jail.
My nigga, alright, so just say, I'm gonna talk some New York, Connecticut shit. So, fuck 95, you know what I mean? I'm like, you going through too many drug towns, 95. So you go through the other way, like the, right, you know what I mean? You go that way. It was like the state troopers, if you was black and you drove past them and you got Connecticut plates, they pulling you over. You know what I mean? Like, You don't gotta be doing nothing, nigga. You be doing the speed limit, what nigga, you getting pulled over. And that was like that's how we thought. You know what I mean? Like, of course, it wasn't like that. It was like that. Of course, you know, like, yeah, it was like that, but it wasn't as scrutinized as how we took it. You know what I mean? Word. So,
what you mean if you was driving through upstate New York with Connecticut plates?
with Connecticut plates, yeah. Yo, Nick, you know how many times I done rolled back to Connecticut and laid down in the backseat just so my man could be driving in the car by himself?
Straight up, because if they see two black motherfuckers in the car, you getting pulled, bro.
Word. Yo, but I'm gonna go back to the PA real quick, right? Cause that was like at the end. So the police, like, it came to a point, like, I used to get so much money out of there that I just used to send niggas down there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get nigga 25,000 bond. Nigga go down and I want 20 back. You hear me? I want 20. Nigga, but this is why I want 20. Cause nigga go down there Friday. They get down there Friday afternoon and be back home to watch the Giants game on Sunday at 1 o'clock. With 25 cash. Nothing. If you ain't have 25,000 straight, then you have more. Because I used to tell niggas, if you ain't got 20, if a nigga ain't got $20, break them shit, because I was giving 2 for 20. Break one in half and give them 1 for that. So nigga, if you got $19.99, you only getting 1, nigga. You know what I mean? Like real shit. So anything that was left over, of course, you know, you get that shit out. And it was always extra. You know what I mean? But that was for niggas. I know it was extra because that was my hustle. I know how it go. You know what I'm saying? And I could probably tell you who the fuck it was. So now, as I'm sending niggas out there, right? So this the last weekend. Niggas call me. Niggas like, yo, they ran up in there. I'm like, word? I'm like, regular? And they like, nah. Them alphabet boys. I'm like, word? I'm like, damn, I wish I was down there. And then they were like, wow. I said, cause I'll go back in there. You know what I mean? I'm not coming home with none of that shit, nigga. I'm coming home with my bread. I said, if they came in there, nigga, they not coming back. I said, yo, just cause this is what I used to do. I had a cab driver, I had the hotel, I had everything set up for me. So all you had to do is get down there. You get off the bus, the cab driver gonna pick you up. She's gonna take you to the room. Don't leave nothing in the room. Leave it all in the hallway in the center. You know what I mean? Back then, they only looked on the floor. So I play everything above the rim. You know what I mean? Boom. And then you call her, she's gonna take you to the spot. Back and forth. You know what I mean? Take a 5G bomb with you. You know what I mean? And watch how fast the 5G bomb go. And you gonna see, go to the room for 2 or 3 hours and go back. You know what I mean? My nigga, they said they ran up in there 4 times in them 3 days. And nobody got caught. Everybody made it home safe with their bread. And at this time, 2 of the niggas who had went, they brought their own work. So niggas did way more than 25. You know what I mean? That weekend. Like, I mean, like the most I made out that crib one day was like 17,000. And that was just me. You know what I mean? Like me. So so niggas got back to New York and shit. And this is when I start getting money in my P's. Like, this when I start going full throttle. You know what I mean?